it bright enough? Am I bright enough? Hey you guys, welcome back to Cookmas Day 2. It's day 2, but I don't know if I'm gonna be uploading it today. Yeah, you guys know me. I procrastinated to the very last minute and here we are. But today I'm gonna be doing chicken pot pie. It's cozy, it's warm. The best part about this is I'm gonna be utilizing everything that was in my fridge already, and I had some green chili, and of course I had to throw me some green chili in it. So it is in the oven right now, popping off. So yeah. 2 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, because I heard it helps with shrinkage. So 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. You can leave it out. I don't think it really made a difference. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1/2 cup of cold butter, you guys, so that when it melts and makes the nice flaky layers. This is the easiest pie crust you're probably gonna come across. You're gonna get your butter cutter. You're gonna cut it in till it's like a nice pea size. I actually could have did it a little bit more. I don't know what I was out of it today. I don't know what I was doing, but slowly add the cold water until your dough comes together. And once it does, pull it out. Don't worry about it being too dry. It's not gonna be dry. As long as it comes together, you know it's ready. Then you're gonna wrap it up, throw it in the fridge. I threw it in there for about an hour while I was doing everything else. Minimum, leave it in there for 30 minutes. You wanna make sure that everything stays cold. So we're gonna do 1 onion. I don't think I needed the whole onion, but I would say 1 medium-sized onion. And I did 3 celery stalks. They're a little bit beat up, but just because they're ugly doesn't mean they're not usable. After I have those chopped up, I had some bacon and I was like, why not? I need to use it. So I'm only going to use the more meatier side because this bacon lately has been super fatty. So I'm just going to try to use more of the meatier side and then cut off the fatty side. After you cut up your bacon, we're going to cut up some chicken. And I went with chicken tenders because they are the tender part. You don't want huge mouthfuls of chicken. Well, at least I wouldn't. So cut them a little bit smaller. Okay, so after that is done, we're going to throw this bacon in the pot. We're going to get it nice brown and crisp, not burnt, just a little bit crispy, a little bit chewy. Then we're going to remove the bacon and then we're going to drain off some of the fat. We are going to be using this fat to cook our vegetables and our chicken. And then we're going to cook our chicken in this loveliness. And to this lovely chicken, I'm going to be adding salt, pepper, oregano, garlic salt, garlic powder, onion powder. And I cook it for about 5-10 minutes. Don't worry if it cooks all the way through because it's going to go back in and continue cooking with the rest of the ingredients. After that is done cooking, we're gonna take it out, set it to the side, and then we're gonna add a little bit of our bacon fat and then throw in our celery and onion and cook it in that deliciousness. So after I stir that up, I'm adding in my green chili. I got this in the frozen section at my grocery store because I ran out of chili, but you guys know that my mom always gets me chili, but I ran out of that chili, so I'm just gonna be using this chili at the frozen section. It was actually pretty spicy, but it definitely lacked the flavor. So we're gonna stir that in and cook that for a bit. Then we're gonna add in our garlic and cook that for like a minute till it's nice and fragrant. And then we're gonna stir in 1/3 cup of flour and cook the flour for a bit till the flour cooks off. You don't want a floury taste. And then to that, we're gonna add 2 cups of chicken broth. And I should have added my heavy cream right here, but I don't know what I was thinking. I added it later, but we are gonna add that. Don't be like me, just add it when you add the chicken broth and then simmer it. Then you're gonna throw your chicken back in there with the bacon. The cup of heavy cream. Add my peas and carrots. You want to add this at the end so that they don't cook and become mushy. Now, after everything is nice and incorporated and mixed together, then we're going to roll out our pie crust. I'm going to roll it out, and I rolled it out in such a weird, uneven shape. I was struggling with this pie. Luckily, I can edit a lot of this stuff out, but I was struggling for sure. I was just rolling this out and like, okay, I'll roll it out to what size I think. Don't do what I did. And try to get it into a circle and not like a... And you're just going to roll it up and then place it into your pan. And this is where you can see things got a little weird for me. You know, it wasn't even, so I had to take the parts that were hanging and put it on the parts that were uneven. Luckily, it actually worked all out fine. So, but don't be me, kids. Don't be me. Then I'm going to roll the second half of my dough, the one that we cut in half. I just basically rolled that one out. So we're just going to roll this over. And I struggled with this part too, you guys. Don't come for me, okay? We all have our days. So after I rolled that out and I got it to fit in, I folded it over each other and it turned out fine. Okay, like look at this. It looks better now. I'm going to put my little slits in there to vent it. And then I even forgot to put the egg wash. Then you're going to put the egg wash on here. You do not see me put the egg wash on here. We're going to put the egg wash in here. And then I put it in the oven at 425 for 30 minutes or until it got browned on the top. All right, if you guys are still here, leave me some pie emojis in the comments. Steaming hot chicken pot pie. I loaded that thing up. And as a matter of fact, look at the crust. Okay, perfect. Let's give this a try. I'm like, it smells so good in here. Oh my gosh. You guys, that spice in here is like perfect. Obviously, if you don't like spice, you can leave it out, but you know what would also been good in here? Potatoes. I thought about it at like the very last minute. Look at that. This recipe, this recipe today, you guys, I was like, oh, what could go wrong? It's so easy. Everything can go wrong. Even if you don't have green chili, I would do this with like poblano. And then you got the little bacon pieces in there. I mean, how could you go wrong with the bacon? But like this crust, I think it might be the crust. I think it might be the crust that's really like sending this for me. It's creamy, but not too much. Crispy. A lot of protein in here. Hold on. I had to cut that up for a minute. Had to cut that real quick. This is good. Chicken pot pie for the W. All right, you guys, that is it. That was super good. Go try it right now. I don't know if anybody has leftover turkey. Y'all shouldn't by now, because that was a while ago. But obviously, if you have leftover rotisserie, you got chicken, whatever, this right here is good. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. And thanks for being here. I'm corny.